Hello all and welcome back. In this video I am going to cover the AWS DevOps Professional DOP-C02 Learning Path. I recently passed the AWS DevOps Professional DOP-C02 exam with the overall score of 860, and I would like to share the experience and some key tips with you all. AWS DevOps Professional DOP-C02 exam was released in March 2023 and is the updated version of DOP-C01. DevOps Professional exam is intended for individuals who perform a DevOps engineering role and focuses on provisioning, operating, and managing distributed systems and services on AWS. The key domains covered in the DevOps Professional Certification exam include software development lifecycle automation, configuration management and infrastructure as code, building resilient cloud solutions, monitoring and logging, incident event response, and security and compliance. The SDLC automation covers implementing CI/CD pipelines with builds, automated testing, deployment strategies for instances, containers, and serverless environments. Configuration management and infrastructure or code, or IAC, covers automated solutions to create, onboard, and secure AWS accounts in a multi-account, multi-region environment. Building automated solutions for complex tasks and large-scale environments, and define cloud infrastructure and reusable components to provision and manage systems throughout their lifecycle. Resilient cloud solutions cover implementing highly available, scalable, fault-tolerant, disaster recovery solutions to meet business requirements. Monitoring and logging covers automated collection, aggregation, storage, and monitoring of logs and metrics. Audit and analyze logs and metrics to detect issues. Incident and event response covers manage event sources to process, notify, and take action in response to events. Implementing configuration changes in response to events and troubleshooting system and application failures. Security and compliance covers implementing techniques for identity and access management at scale, automation of security controls and data protection, security monitoring, and building auditing solutions. You can go through the exam guide mentioned in the description for more details. I prepared for the DevOps Professional exam for about 2 months, mainly covering online courses, going through the documentation, and practice tests. I have listed down some of the resources that I used. Just choose an online course and practice tests, and you should be good to go. As AWS certification exams are quite expensive, be well prepared and confident before you appear for this exam. Professional exams are tough, lengthy, and tiresome. Most of the questions and answer options are long and have a lot of prose, and you need to have a lot of reading. So be sure you are prepared and manage your time well. The exam consists of 75 multiple choice, multiple response questions to be answered in 170 minutes. However, only 65 questions affect your score, while 10 unscored questions are for evaluation for future use. However, that gives you approximately around 2.5 minutes per question. DOP-C02 has a scaled score between 100 and 1000. The scaled score needed to pass the exam is 750. There is no negative marking, so make sure you attempt all. Professional exams currently cost $300 plus tax. You can get an additional 30 minutes if English is your second language by requesting exam accommodations. You can find the link below in my blog post. AWS exams can be taken either remotely or online. I prefer to take them online as it provides a lot of flexibility. Also, AWS does not release the result immediately now. You would be updated with the exam results within 4 to 5 days after your exam. AWS Certified DevOps Professional DOP-C02 focuses a lot on concepts and services related to automation, deployments, disaster recovery, high availability, monitoring, logging, and troubleshooting. It also covers security and compliance related topics. The exam will test you to design solutions with multiple AWS services. I have covered some of the topics below, so be sure to go through the blog post. Also, AWS keeps on adding new services as the exam is updated. CloudFormation provides an easy way to create and manage a collection of related AWS resources, provision and update them in an orderly and predictable fashion. Make sure you have gone through and executed a CloudFormation template to provision AWS resources, even though if you don't use it in your day-to-day work. We mainly use Terraform for our infrastructure provisioning. CloudFormation concepts cover templates which act as a blueprint for provisioning of AWS resources. Stacks are a collection of resources which work as a single unit that can be created, updated, and deleted by creating, updating, and deleting the stacks. Change sets present a summary or preview of the proposed changes that CloudFormation will make when the stack is updated. Nested stacks are stacks created as a part of other stacks. The CloudFormation template anatomy consists of resources, parameters, outputs, mappings, and others. CloudFormation supports multiple features. Drift detection enables you to detect whether a stack's actual configuration differs or has drifted from its expected configuration. Termination protection helps prevent a stack from being accidentally deleted. Stack policies can help prevent stack resources from being unintentionally updated or deleted during a stack update. Stack sets help create, update, or delete stacks across multiple accounts and regions with a single operation. Helper scripts with creation policies can help wait for the completion of events before provisioning or marking resources complete. Update policies support rolling and replacing updates with autoscaling. Deletion policies help retain or backup resources during a stack deletion. You can use custom resources for use cases that are not supported out of the box by CloudFormation. For example, retrieve AMI IDs or interact with external services. You should understand CloudFormation best practices, especially using nested stacks and logical grouping. You can handle disaster recovery by automating the infra to replicate the environment across regions as and when needed. Elastic Beanstalk helps to quickly deploy and manage applications in the AWS cloud without having to worry about the infrastructure that runs those applications. Know about the different deployment strategies supported by Elastic Beanstalk. OpsWorks is a configuration management service that helps to configure and operate applications in a cloud enterprise by using Chef. Understand OpsWorks lifecycle events and supported deployment strategies. OpsWorks also supports auto healing and how would you get notified about it. AWS organizations help to consolidate multiple AWS accounts into an organization that you create and centrally manage. Organization supports service control policies that provide maximum permission that the users can have. However, the user still needs to be explicitly given permissions through IAM. Be sure to understand the differences between service control policies and IAM policies. Also be sure to understand the hierarchy in an AWS organization. System Manager provides various services like Parameter Store, Patch Manager, Session Manager. Parameter Store provides a secure, scalable, centralized, hierarchical storage for configuration data and secret management. However, it does not support secrets rotation. Use Secrets Manager instead. Session Manager provides secure, auditable instance management without the need to open inbound ports, manage machine hosts, or manage SSH keys. Patch Manager helps automate the process of patching managed instances with both security-related and other types of updates. CloudWatch for monitoring, logging, and observability. CloudWatch supports multiple services. It also supports logging using CloudWatch logs. You can create CloudWatch subscription filters to route the logs to Kinesis and Lambda. Understand CloudWatch events or Event Bridge. CloudTrail for auditing and governance. With organizations, the trail now can be configured to log CloudTrail from all accounts to a central account. Control Tower helps to set up, govern, and secure a multi-account environment. Service Catalog allows organizations to create and manage catalogs of IT services that are approved for use on AWS with minimal permissions. Trusted Advisor helps with cost optimization and service limits, in addition to security, performance, and fault tolerance. Know the various AWS developer tools. Code Commit is a secure, scalable, fully managed source control service that helps to host secure and highly scalable private Git repositories. You can follow Git flow patterns with a master repository and creating branches for different environments or features. Code Build is a fully managed build service that compiles source code, runs tests, and produces software packages that are ready to be deployed. Code Deploy helps automate code deployments to various compute services such as EC2, ECS, AWS Lambda, and also your on-premises servers. Code Deploy supports lifecycle event hooks, deployment strategies, redeploy and rollbacks based on health checks and CloudWatch alarms. Code Pipeline is a fully managed continuous delivery service that helps automate the release pipelines for fast and reliable application and infrastructure updates. Code Pipeline can be used to orchestrate your CI/CD pipelines with integration to Code Commit or other Git repositories. Code Build for builds, test. Code Deploy for deployments. It also supports custom actions using Lambda and has support for manual approvals. Code Artifact is a fully managed artifact repository service that makes it easy for organizations of any size to securely store, publish, and share software packages used in their software development process. Code Guru provides intelligent recommendations to improve code quality and identify an application's most expensive lines of code. The Reviewer helps improve code quality, and Profiler helps optimize performance for the applications. Disaster recovery, although outdated, is still quite relevant. Make sure you understand the differences and implementation for each type. Backup and restore using either snapshots and EMIs can be backed up in one region and restored in another. This approach has the lowest cost but very high RTO and RPO. Pilot Lite, with only the database being replicated. You need to provision the compute on disaster. It has a low cost with a low RPO, but with a high RTO. Warm Standby uses a minimal low-scale capacity running, which can be scaled once the failover happens. It comes with a medium cost and with a low RPO and RTO. Active provides a fully running compute and database in an active configuration with health checks. It has the highest cost but provides the lowest RTO and RPO. For compute, make sure the components are available in the alternate region, either using snapshots, AMIs. You can use the CloudFormation to replicate, provision, and scale the infrastructure as needed. For storage, replicate your data. S3 and EFS supports cross-region replication. DynamoDB supports global tables for multi-master active inter-region storage needs. Aurora Global Database provides a cross-region read replica and failover capabilities. RDS also supports cross-region read replicas, which can be promoted to a primary in case of a disaster. This can be done using Route 53, CloudWatch, and Lambda functions. For network, use Route 53 failover routing with health checks to provide active-passive routing to failover across regions. You can use Route 53 latency weighted routing to provide an active routing. CloudFront origin groups also support primary and secondary endpoints with failover. Virtual Private Cloud. Know your VPC or Virtual Private Cloud. Know security groups and network ACLs. Network ACLs are stateless and you need to open the ephemeral ports for response traffic. VPC endpoints, interface or gateway, provide private connection between VPC to supported AWS services. The gateway endpoints provide access to S3 and DynamoDB. The interface endpoints or private link provides access to a variety of services like SQS, Kinesis, or even private APIs hosted and exposed through a network load balancer. VPC peering to enable communication between VPCs within the same or different regions. Remember, VPC peering does not support overlapping CIDRs. You can use private link for the same. However, private link exposes only the endpoint and not everything in the VPC. VPC flow logs can be used to track network traffic, and it can be published to CloudWatch logs, S3, or Kinesis data firehose. NAT Gateway provides managed NAT service that provides better availability, higher bandwidth, and requires less administrative effort. Route 53. Know the different routing policies, mainly focused on weighted, latency, and failover routing policies. Remember, failover routing policy provides an active-passive configuration, especially for disaster recovery, while the others are active configurations. CloudFront is a fully managed CDN service that speeds up the distribution of static, dynamic, and streaming content to end users. It supports origin groups for multiple origins, providing failover capability with primary and secondary origins. Load balancer with autoscaling provides scalable and highly available applications. Load balancer and autoscaling are both regional, and you need to replicate them across regions. Understand the key differences between ALB and NLB. Direct Connect and VPN provide on-premises to AWS connectivity. VPN provides a cost-effective connectivity between on-premises to AWS. However, it still uses the internet, while Direct Connect provides a private connectivity between on-premises and AWS. However, it will cost you and take time to set up. No identity and access management. IAM roles and use cases. Especially understand how to provision cross-account access. Understand IAM web identity and federation. Understand IAM best practices in terms of least privilege. AWS WAF protects from common attack techniques like SQL injections and cross-site scripting. It also allows you to configure rules and conditions based on IP addresses, HTTP headers, body and URI strings. It integrates seamlessly with CloudFront, ALB and API Gateway. It supports web ACLs and can block traffic based on IPs, rate limits and specific countries as well. AWS KMS or Key Management Service provides encryption service that allows the creation and control of encryption keys to enable data encryption at rest. Secret Manager helps protect secrets needed to access application, services, and IT resources. Secret Manager costs more than Systems Manager Parameter Store. However, it supports random generation and automatic rotation of secrets. AWS Guard Duty is a threat detection service that continuously monitors the AWS accounts and workloads for malicious activity and delivers detailed security findings for visibility and remediation. AWS Security Hub is a cloud security posture management service that performs security best practice checks. It aggregates alerts and enables automated remediation. Firewall Manager helps centrally configure and manage firewall rules across the accounts and applications in AWS organizations, which include a variety of protection including WAF, Shield Advanced, VPC security groups, network firewall, and Route 53 Resolver DNS firewall. Simple Storage Service provides object storage in the cloud. Understand S3 permissions and S3 data protections, especially in terms of encryption at rest and in transit. Also, how to enforce blocking of public access and automated remediation. Know the S3 storage classes and lifecycle policies. S3 can be used for static website hosting and integrates with CloudFront to improve performance and latency. S3 supports object lock and Glacier supports vault lock to prevent the deletion of objects, especially required for compliance requirements. S3 supports SAME and cross-region replication of data for disaster recovery. Understand the permissions required for cross-region replication. S3 Event Notification enables notification to be triggered when certain events happen in the bucket, and it supports SNS, SQS, and Lambda as the destination. Elastic Block Store or EBS provides persistent block store. You can use snapshots for HA and disaster recovery. You can use Data Lifecycle Manager to automate the creation, retention, and deletion of snapshots taken to back up the EBS volumes. Elastic File System or EFS provides a fully managed, scalable, serverless, shared, and cost-optimized file storage for use with AWS and on-premises services. It supports storage classes like S3, but it only supports NFS protocol with Linux-based AMIs. EFS supports cross-region replication, which can be used for disaster recovery. DynamoDB provides a fully managed NoSQL database service with fast and predictable performance with seamless scalability. DynamoDB autoscaling can be used to handle peaks and bursts. DynamoDB streams can be used for tracking changes. DynamoDB Global Tables provides a multi-master active-active inter-region storage. It can be great for disaster recovery with almost real-time recovery and low RTO and RPO. Remember, global tables do not support strong global consistency. DynamoDB Accelerator or DAX can be used for seamless caching to reduce the load on DynamoDB for read-heavy requirements. RDS provides relational database. It supports cross-region read replicas that are ideal for disaster recovery with low RTO and RPO. Understand RDS multi-AZ versus read replicas. Multi-AZ is for high availability within the region and read replicas for scaling. Aurora provides a fully managed MySQL and PostgreSQL compatible relational database engines. Aurora Serverless provides an on-demand auto-scaling configuration. Aurora Global Database consists of one primary AWS region where the data is mastered and up to 5 read-only secondary AWS regions. Understand the key differences between DynamoDB Global Tables and Aurora Global Databases. Elastic Cloud Compute or EC2 provides compute in the cloud. Autoscaling provides the ability to ensure a correct number of EC2 instances are always running to handle the load of the application and keep the cost low. Lambda offers serverless computing. Lambda helps define reserved concurrency limits. Reserved concurrency guarantees the maximum number of concurrent instances for the function. It can be used to limit or throttle or provide adequate instances for the execution of the function. Lambda alias now supports canary deployments. Provisioned concurrency provides a greater control over the performance of serverless application and helps keep function initialized and hyper-ready to respond in double-digit milliseconds. Provisioned concurrency works with application autoscaling. Step functions help developers use AWS services to build distributed applications, automate processes, orchestrate microservices, and create data and ML pipelines. Elastic Container Services supports Docker containers. It supports two launch types, EC2 and Fargate. Fargate provides a serverless capability. Elastic Container Registry provides a fully managed, secure, scalable, reliable container image registry service. It supports lifecycle policies for images and supports image scanning. Understand SQS and use cases mainly in terms of loose coupling and scaling. SQS FIFO provides exactly once delivery while maintaining order, however it comes with a lower throughput. SQS supports dead letter queues and read-write policy, which specifies the source queue, the dead letter queue, and the conditions under which the SQS moves the message from the former to the later if the consumer of the source queue fails to process a message a specified number of times. Understand CloudWatch integration with SNS and Lambda for notification and alerts. Know Kinesis for real-time data ingestion and analytics. Understand the differences between data streams and Kinesis Firehose. Kinesis Data Firehose integrates seamlessly with S3, Redshift, and OpenSearch. Kinesis also supports Lambda functions for any inline data transformation. Make sure you're relaxed and get some good night's sleep. Make sure you reach early or log in early if you're taking the test online. If you are taking the test online, please check in early as the online verification process does take some time and usually there are glitches. I prefer to use Passport for my identification as I have had no issues with it ever. Make sure you have your desk clear, no hand watches, no caps, phones away, and nobody can enter the room. Remember, you cannot take the test if you turn up for the test over 30 minutes from the test time. And that's it from me. All the best for your exam. Thank you. Alright, that was it. Thank you for watching. You can check out my website and connect me on LinkedIn and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. For any feedback, please leave a comment down below. To see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. Thank you.